Hey survivors, it's Angie Atkinson, and today at QueenBeing.com, we are going to talk about how to let go of the feelings of inferiority created by narcissistic abuse. And we're going to talk about how to embrace your personal power as you work on healing yourself from the emotional and mental abuse you've suffered in toxic relationships. Okay? This is something that we've all dealt with, or we're dealing with now. So take a listen and tell me what you think. All right? Let's get started. So, if you're dealing with a narcissist or you've dealt with one in the past, in a toxic relationship or anything like that, well, chances are that you're probably struggling with something very personal, and that is your self esteem, your self worth, and the general perception of your own value as a person. You might even call it a bit of an inferiority complex. And I think that here's what you need to hear from me. Starting today, I want you to let go of that, okay? Because that is part of what is called narcissistic abuse syndrome, victim syndrome, okay? And today, you're going to end that, right? Let's do it. So, you're about to learn how to stop feeling like a victim and start acting like someone who deserves to be happy. Because listen, my friend, you do deserve to be happy, all right? And you're about to learn exactly how to do that. You are a survivor, and I'm going to show you how to become a thriver. So, we need to understand that everyone's inferior to someone in some way. Okay? Everyone's different, but there's a difference between not having all the talents and skills you want to have and holding on to the belief that there's something fundamentally wrong with you. So, how do you develop an inferiority complex, and what's the solution? Well, that's what we're going to cover now. So, creating an inferiority complex requires a lot of effort. It is really not easy to take a couple of perceived shortcomings, or a bunch, and convince yourself that you're totally incapable and ineffective, right? But even though it might take effort and energy to develop an inferiority complex like this, as humans, yeah, we're quite capable of limiting ourselves that way. Now, something else that you should be considering is that there's good news. You can reverse this process. But how do you do it? How do you overcome such an ingrained tendency to put yourself down? Let's talk about it. Let's start right here. Use these strategies that I'm about to share with you to conquer your narcissistic abuse syndrome and your inferiority complex, and feel your confidence through the roof, to the moon, Alice. Yeah. All right. Let's get started. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is avoid generalizing. Okay. So, maybe it's true that you feel a little short, or you're a little messy around the house, or you got a big butt, whatever. Nevertheless, well, some people think a big butt's a good thing, but anyway, nevertheless, it doesn't suggest that you're stupid or that you're not funny if you're short, thick or sloppy around the house, right? You've got to start focusing on the things that you love about yourself, not the things you want to change, okay? You have to change your perception. If you struggle with focusing on the good, I want you to try this exercise, all right? The first thing you have to do is figure out exactly what it is that makes you feel bad about yourself. Okay, so you start by making a list of your characteristics that make you feel inferior in the first place. We kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. Ask yourself these questions, all right? First, to whom do you feel inferior? Is it successful people? Is it a coworker, or maybe your narcissist new supply? In what ways do you think those people are better than you? And question number two, you need to know that inferiority complexes arise from wanting to be like someone else. Okay? You are unique, and you can never be better, than yourself. You can never be a better you than you are. Okay? And if Joe Blow down the street is the person you're jealous of, well, guess what, my friend? You can't be a better Joe Blow than Joe Blow is. Okay? You have to avoid trying to be like other people. You can't impersonate someone else and still be true to yourself. Okay? Keep that in mind as you're going forward. Obviously, you aren't able to be anyone but your delicious self. Feel me? In fact, the truth is that as soon as you try to become someone you're not you're going to send yourself a message, and the message is going to be, hey, the real me ain't good enough. You don't want to send yourself that message, do you? Number 3, be dreamy but realistic. It's common to fall into the trap of believing that one perceived flaw is causing all of your challenges. So, all or nothing thinking is dangerous, my friend, and your life is not going to magically improve in every way overnight just because you find a new guy to date or girl to date, or you lose 20 pounds or buy those 700 freaking dollar boots you've been eyeing, right? But don't be so realistic that you put yourself into a state of not being able to receive the good things in your life. You feel me? It's real. Number 4, consider what you need to stop feeling inferior. So, is overcoming the flaw that concerns you within your control? You know, if you're over 18, you ain't going to get any taller, right? So, don't be worried about being short. If you're, you know, poor, you could increase your income. You see what I'm saying? So is this something you have control over or not? Is a question you need to ask yourself. And then I want you to imagine that you have the new characteristic that you want when you figure out those that you can control. Does it feel natural to you, or do you feel like you're pretending to be someone else? See, redefining and clarifying your vision until you feel comfortable with it can help you understand who you really are, you know? All right, number 5, have a friend or family member or kid list your best qualities for you. You know, you don't have an accurate opinion of yourself right now, but someone who loves you for real, someone who cares about you like your best friend or your child or something, could list some strengths for you that might really help you out. Okay, ask for examples if you don't believe them when they do that. It's hard to be accurate when you're judging yourself. You understand what I mean? Number 6, control your self talk. So, low self esteem and pessimism are rampant among you and me, the narcissistic abuse survivor community. Okay. I personally have overcome most of the need to feel negative. I mean, I'm still human. I have my days, don't get me wrong. But in general, I feel pretty positive most of the time, but it's an intentional effort every single day. You understand what I mean? So, you know, you can say things that support the belief that you're inferior if you want to, but the words that you say to yourself are affecting your whole self-perception. All right? So you can be your own best cheerleader, or you can say things that make you feel like you're not good enough. To me, that's a no-brainer. Monitor your self-talk and keep it positive and watch your life change. All right? Try saying the opposite to yourself rather than what you would normally think if you feel yourself being kind of negative, okay? So if you first tend to think something like, I can't do anything right, which we do sometimes, you change it to something like, hey, I can do anything I set my mind to. You know what? You really can. I promise you. All right, moving right along. Number 7, focus on your victories. There are some things in your life that you successfully accomplish every single day, okay? Maybe they're small things, maybe they're big things. Getting to work on time or remembering your friend's birthday, still worthy of celebrating, okay? Give yourself a pat on the back when you do something good. Everything you do well each day, pat on the back. It's not easy to get through the day successfully sometimes. And hey, you're doing better than you think, right? All right, number 8. Realize that other people aren't as worried about your shortcomings as you are. The inferiority complex is rooted in the idea that other people think very little of you. But the truth is, most other people don't think about you at all. And that's not to say anything rude or disrespectful to you, but look, it's easy to prove this to yourself. Go to the mall, visit several stores. Act in a different way in each store, something that you wouldn't normally do. Limp in one store, talk with a little stutter in another store. You get the idea. Notice that no one reacts to it. Yeah. Everyone else is too busy with their own lives, their own issues, to concern themselves with yours. So realize this, you're much freer than you actually know. This is, I tell you guys all the time, this is why you'll catch me if you lived near me, there's a possibility that you would drive up to me next to me at a stoplight and you would see me singing loud in the front seat of my car because I don't care anymore. I sing at stoplights now because nobody really cares. And if they do care, if they get a good laugh out of it, maybe I make their day. Who cares, right? Feeling inferior in some ways is common. And it might even be accurate in some ways because maybe, maybe your size 6 jeans and your friend wears a size 4 jeans or whatever. But you're not inferior in a way that limits your life unless you allow your imagination to get the best of you. Feel me? So, what you want to do is focus on your strengths, control the self talk, and understand that no one's watching. And if they are, let them look. Because letting go of your inferiority complex will bring you such joy. It will bring you this newfound sense of confidence and freedom. You won't feel threatened by other people anymore. You will feel strong and whole just all by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll actually make you far more attractive. Give it a shot. It's true. So, if you're dealing with recovering from narcissistic abuse in a toxic relationship, you might be interested in queenbeing.com, which is my primary website, that you can get lots of free resources, free articles, free downloads, almost everything you could possibly ask about narcissistic abuse in writing or in video. You might also like to read one of my books, which is at booksangiewrote.com. You can get a lot of, like I said, free resources, tools, and support at Queen Being, personalized one-on-one coaching at narcissisticabuserecovery.online. All these links are down below. And that's where we're at. So let me ask you, it's time for the question of the day. Have you experienced this type of pain in the past? Are you struggling with a little bit of an inferiority complex that might be due to a current or previous relationship with a narcissist? Please share your thoughts and experiences, as well as any tips that have worked for you in the past, in the comments below. You never know who can help. All right? Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you, as always, for being a part of my day and a part of my life. And thank you for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean so much to me. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Have a wonderful day. Happy Tuesday.